for people to react on a more longer-term basis, more firmly. I think one very important development is the developments in the churches. The Quakers, of course, have always been against wars, the Buddhists, the Mennonites, but now the Christian churches. The American bishops, for instance, Catholic bishops are taking a very strong attitude. The Anglican bishops here have been discussing it. The lawyers are discussing it, declaring that nuclear weapons are illegal.
But could I just interrupt there, because but just the other day we had the President and the Secretary of Defense bringing out more statistics about the Russians. The President said they were an evil empire, and telling us more about the greatest arms budget, the US military budget, in the history of warfare. So what effect has all these groups actually had?
They've had the effect of slowing down, they've had the effect of forcing the President of the United States to come on the air pretty well every day to try and justify his military policies and the aggressiveness of American foreign policy. And he does that by attacking the Russians and describing them as evil people and so on and so on. But this is no longer cutting very much ice. And you can't start accusing the bishops of all the different countries in the world of being communist agents or being anarchists. And I think this is just a good indication of the extent to which public opinion is operating in the world. And I think that in a very short time you'll have people refusing to vote for taxes that involve nuclear weapons.
But when has public opinion ever curbed the power of government in the Soviet Union?
It does, as a matter of fact. It's quite interesting. It reaches the Soviet Union mainly through the satellite countries. Poland was the tip of the iceberg, if you like. Now, in Eastern Germany, for instance, on the question of nuclear weapons and nuclear wars, there's a very strong anti-nuclear movement in Germany, backed up by the churches in East Germany. And by the young people in the demonstration, there have been very strong demonstrations against nuclear weapons. And more, this is spreading to the Soviet Union itself. It's not as visible in the Soviet Union, but it's having its impact.
But there are no demonstrations, are there, in the Soviet Union?
There are no, if you like, no anti-government demonstrations in that sense, no. But there are demonstrations in favor of disarmament.
Yes,
and there are influences within the Communist Party in the Soviet Union that criticize the military policy of the military establishment. This is a new development. It wasn't there 5-10 years ago. I think that the power of public opinion possibly acts more slowly. It takes a longer time to reach